Okay, I think we're live. Hey there, everyone. How we doing? Welcome to week 4. You've made it so far, I think. Sorry. There. You've made it so far. Wait. There we go. There. Sorry. Now we're good. There we go. Right? Now we're good. No, come on, turn. Where is this audio coming from? 1 second. There. Got it. Starting out great. Much like the class and the rest of my life, you could call this a shit show. Welcome. Let's start over, shall we? Welcome to Office Hours for Week 4. I don't plan on doing these super regularly, but regularly enough where, I'm here to answer your questions, address some concerns, all that fun stuff. I am not here to, I don't really have a plan here. This stream could last an hour, it could last 10 minutes. It depends on the feedback that I get. It depends on there was interest in one of these. I got at least, I think, 5 or 6 emails saying, hey, yeah, I need one of these. So I am available. If you have questions about, what this course is going to, like, the material we've done so far, stuff like that, I'm here. So let me just give you a sense of where you should be in this course. You should be wrapping up week 4. Right? Week 4 is due Sunday, and then Sunday night into Monday morning, the papers go live. The paper prompts go live, sorry. Candidly, I haven't written your paper prompts yet, so I can't really give you a sense of what the paper prompts are going to be. The way I usually tackle an assignment like this is that you get 4 paper prompts, and you pick the one that you like. So you won't be like 4, maybe 3, 3 or 4, but you will get a choice, right? It's not just going to be like, here's the paper prompt. If you don't like it, well, too bad. You're going to get some leeway. You're going to get some options. And I really want you guys to pick a topic that, based on Unit 1, you will have found interesting. Which, based on the discussions that we've been receiving, by the way, discussions, great. I have no concerns with your discussions. Those of you who are participating in discussions are all doing fantastic. You're liking the material. I have no problems with how discussions are growing, with how discussions are going. So whatever y'all are doing, keep it up. Because, no problems. While you're also doing your week 4 stuff, however, you should also be reading American Zealots. Because American Zealots is due the week after next. We will be talking about it during that week's set of classes. I personally am currently listening to the audiobook for it. Because with American Zealots especially, it's the first time that I'm listening to it too. It was recommended to me, and I sort of, I actually emailed the author at I think it's Cornell, and asked some questions. But for the most part, I'm reading it for the first time too. It's interesting. I will say the guy they picked to read the audiobook is, it's like listening to paint dry. It's like listening to a very boring person read about a very interesting topic. So you may prefer the physical book for that reason. Save your money. If you can get it from the library, cool. If this is a book that you want to own for yourself, then go buy it, obviously. But, I feel very self-conscious asking you to go out and buy books after you've already paid for this brick. I get it. So, save your money if you can. I only bought the audiobook because there was a promotion. I don't know if it's a promotion for everyone, but Google Play Books had a $5 off promotion, so I got the audiobook for the same cost as the ebook. And you don't have to subscribe to like Audible or some shit. So that's what I did for me. Y'all can do what you want. And I just got this in from the publisher. So this is book 2. Remember I said didn't have it yet. This is Anatomy of the Red Brigades. This is not due for another month. They have time on this one. This is your book for Unit 3. So we're working on it. You know, I'm as soon as I'm done with American Zealots, I'm going to start this one. But that's sort of where we're working here. Other than that, I guess I'll open up the floor. That's really all the administrative stuff that I had to do. Books are in, where you should be, when the final is going to come due. Not the final, sorry. Listen to me. The Unit 1 paper is going to come due. In terms of format, standard 5-page college paper. My only sort of thing that I'm a little, I don't want to say anal about, but that I will force you guys to do is no MLA. This is an upper level poli-sci course. You should know by now that we don't use MLA in poli-sci or any of the social sciences. You can use history. You can use APA or Chicago. Now, candidly, APA is terrible. I hate APA. It's needlessly complicated for no reason at all. And so my personal preference is Chicago just because it's easier. But the easiest thing to do is, this is not an English class, so use a program or a software that will make your citations for you. We're all using them, right? Now, even you, like the professors in your English class that say you have to learn how to do MLA, they're using them too. Okay? This is not English. I don't need you guys to know how to do it. I just need them to be correct. So use any software. Citation Machine is good. EasyBib was good once upon a time. Now it's not so good. And I feel like Citation Machine is kind of going down the same rabbit hole. The best one right now, and it seems super old school to say, is the built-in reference manager in Word. Believe it or not, is the best one. And I'll tell you what. There is... The problem is that most of y'all are, I think, upperclassmen, and so this doesn't really apply to you unless you're going to grad school, in which case, listen up. If you're building your papers in Word, what happens is the Word Reference Manager will save every citation for every paper you've ever done in its reference manager. So the more you use it, the easier it gets. So like, let's say you're working on the paper for this class, and you have all your citations made. When you're working on the final and you want to reference a reading from this class, you don't have to go make it from scratch. You just click a button and it's already there because you already uploaded it 3 months prior. And when you're in something like a law school or a grad school and you're working on papers for every class, well, then that's super useful because you can cross-reference readings or court cases, or if you're in law school, like an amicus brief or something like that. Super simple, super easy. There is a Google Docs version. I think I've mentioned in this class called Zotero. I know that it exists. I have a tutorial for it. Candidly, I haven't used it since I made that tutorial for it because while it's useful, it's a generational thing. I just didn't grow up using Google Docs. I'm that weird middle generation that used Pages for most of his life and then transitioned to Word in and after college. There's dozens of us, I promise. But yeah, it's a generational thing. Anyway. I think that's it. I mean, I'll happily take some questions, and if not, that's really it. There's only a couple of you on right now, and that's fine. This is mainly for your benefit and for your request, really. So, I'm here to answer your questions. Other than that, are we primarily using outside sources for the paper? In an ideal world, no. This isn't a research paper, or at least for this first part. My general rule of thumb with stuff like this is first rule of improv and Mark's class is yes and. So when you're working on a paper for me, I am fundamentally gauging your understanding of the material that I gave you. That's the point of the exercise. Otherwise, you're wasting my time and I'm wasting your time, right? The point is that you show me, hey, I understood the material. Look at all the things that I understood about the material, right? And all the complex thoughts that I had about the material. So that's all well and good, all right? But if you wanted to add an external source in addition to the sources that I gave you, that's cool. That actually might even be encouraged, you know? Because it shows that you've not only thought about the material, but you've like been able to relay it to outside sources and stuff like that. But you need to include stuff that I gave you. Stuff that's in the textbook, and the PDFs that I gave you. Some of the videos, especially the primary source videos. I think there's a couple in there for Unit 1 that you could use. All of those work. Okay? And again, I want to make this clear. I couldn't tell you what the paper prompts are yet because I haven't written them. That's, it's just, I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm probably going to do it this weekend. And it's going to take the time that it takes, I'm eyeing 3 to 4 prompts, like I said. So, worst case scenario, if, you get a prompt and you don't like it, you just don't do it. You do the other one. But to answer your question, outside sources, I'd say yes if you're using the primary sources that I gave you. What I don't want you to do is to use only outside sources and not reference the stuff that I gave you. Because then that shows me that, it doesn't prove it, but as an inference, it would mean that you haven't been doing the readings, and then so you went on Google or JSTOR or whatever, trying to find sources to answer the question, rather than referencing the answer that was in the readings that I gave. You know what I mean? That's a red flag emoji for me. Just candidly. So yeah, that's it. Cool. Okay. Formatting. Before I forget. All your written assignments, again, I will stress this again. I know I don't have to worry about this with you guys, but I'm just doing it to kind of cover myself. Your stuff all goes through Turnitin. It does. All of it. For all of you. What that means is you have to all do that. You have to all go through Turnitin, which means emailed assignments won't be accepted because you have to go through Turnitin. It's not fair for student A to have to jump through that hoop. Because he or she submitted on time and student 2 doesn't because they submitted via email. That's not fair. So you all have to submit on Canvas. And I can't make that deadline flexible because I'm already kind of flexible with the discussions, So this is a hard deadline. You got to get it done. You have a week to do it. This isn't, think of this as I know some of you are getting XPA's Vietnam War flashbacks of turning around a paper in a week. I get it. You'll manage. You'll be fine. And yeah, I'm you're upperclassmen. You're used to this. And if you're not an upperclassman, well, welcome to Rutgers. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay? So that's really about the paper. In terms of formatting, please send it as either a Word format or a PDF. If you're working in Google Docs, I'll tell you right now, Canvas doesn't know what a GDoc file is. When you save it as a Google Docs file, Canvas freaks out. It doesn't know what it is. And when you try to upload it, it just doesn't, it won't even show me your paper. It'll just say, I don't know what this is. And it does the same thing with Pages. So if you're working in Google Docs, be sure to export it. But, asterisk, when you export as a Word file, hear me out, it messes up your formatting each and every time. It just does. All right? And it's a silly way to lose points. That you're in a rush and you just click File, Save as Word Doc, and then submit it. And then I open it and it's completely misformatted, and that's a silly way to lose points. All right? That is you can do better. All right? So, take the time. If you're working in Google Docs, save it as a Google Doc. Save it as a Word doc. But then open it in Word and either fix your formatting Or better yet, just Command A, copy the whole text on your Google Doc, paste it into a Word doc. Somehow that works better, and then let Word or Word Online, because I think you guys have Word Online as part of, you have Office 365 through the school. Let that do the heavy lifting of like saving your document and for sending out. And that's just a sort of way to cover yourself, and that's mainly until we deal with Canvas is weirdness, essentially. And take it from someone who worked in Pages and who had the exact same problem not too long ago. All right, it just you gotta be careful with this stuff. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's it for the paper. I mean, it's just a paper. Y'all do fine. I think. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm sure you will all do okay. Based on what I've seen in the discussions, you're all engaging in the material. That's great. I'm happy with the discussions. I really am. There seems to be genuine interest in this class, which is shocking for me. Most people, when I'm teaching normally, it's either people who are very interested or people who are not interested at all. And here we have a general. Everyone's kind of like at a 7 or an 8, which is good. That's exactly what I want to see. So yeah, I think that's. How do we cite the lectures in the paper? Here's the fun part. You don't. The lectures are really just adapting the textbook. You know what I mean? What the lectures are doing is just presenting information that's in the readings for that certain topic in a sort of more digestible format. Okay? So for example, let's say you the one that you did most. Actually, sorry, I don't mean to get on a tangent. Week 3's lectures. I just listened back to them. I am really sorry. I did not realize that I was trying to keep my voice down because I was recording in the office and not here. And I didn't realize that it came off like I was whispering. And you guys did not sign up to listen to my lectures in ASMR. I am really sorry. I just listened to them now and realized how creepy I sound in them all. If you guys need me to re-record those, I will. I'm so sorry. I literally just listened to them yesterday and I wanted to die. I was so embarrassed that I put that out there. Yeah, I was recording on my AirPods. Like that's where I was. Anyway, back on topic. So let's say you're doing the lectures from this week, right? Let's say you're doing the children in conflict. Let's say you're doing children in conflict, right? So you're listening to the lecture for this week. That's just an adaptation of chapter 12. So like you can reference the lecture, but I am just lecturing chapter 12. You might as well go directly to the horse's mouth, and get more direct quotes and have better direct quotes than what I gave, because I'm just giving you like sort of a summary and sort of like in a lecture style of the reading. But you have the reading. You don't need to reference my lecture. Especially for a paper. The lecture is handy when like you're trying to absorb this information in like not in an easier way, but like in a more digestible way. It's not meant for paper stuff. So if that's something that if you really, really feel the need to reference my lecture, you can. There is a specific citation style for lectures. For Chicago, you have to reference it as if it were almost like if it were a TED Talk. So you have to click like live performance in like the drop down when you're making the thing. Actually no, because this is for online. I'm thinking about if this were an in-person. You probably have to pick web video to make it appropriate. But I mean, like, you're not publishing this. So, like, if you reference my lecture, at least for me, if there's a citation for stuff that I said, maybe offhand in a lecture, then you can kind of just get away with saying, make a footnote and just say Mark Lane lecture so-and-so date, just like a normal Chicago style citation. I won't get mad at you. All right. I think that's, yeah. Just because this isn't a live lecture, this is a pre-recorded, So it's technically, for Chicago or for APA, it's no different than like a YouTube video. Candidly, it's just a YouTube video that wasn't uploaded to YouTube. It was uploaded to Canvas. So yeah, that's really it. Okay. I think I'm good. I think that's everything. Everything that sort of we needed to go over. If there's other questions, I'll take them. Otherwise, guys, I will wrap it up here. If you're watching this not live, if you're watching this as a pre-record, and you have other questions that I didn't get to for whatever reason, shoot me an email, yeah? And I will try to get to you this weekend if I can. I will do my best to answer you. I can't promise you I'll answer you on the spot, but I will do my best to get back to you in a timely manner, yeah? At least before the paper prompts go live. I guess also, side note, you have to think, when the paper prompts are live, we're not doing any material next week because you're supposed to be working on your papers. It's as if we were in class doing an exam. And so I'm going to put in a rule, I'll send an announcement about this as well when the paper prompts go live. I can't answer substantive questions about the course material while you're doing the exam. For the same reason, if we were doing an in-class exam, you can't raise your hand and say, "Hey, Mark, I forgot. What was what do we call the kind of empathy that lone actor terrorists have, for example?" Because I can't answer you. You know what I mean? Because you're being evaluated in this moment. Now, is a paper an open note exam? I mean, functionally speaking, yeah. Like, you can go look it up yourself. You can go pull up the lecture. But you can't come ask your professor for help directly. That would be, I don't want to say cheating, but it would be a little like, this is an evaluation period. So you need to figure it out yourself, for lack of a better word. So email privileges will be restored once the final is submitted, yada yada. You can ask me like format questions, sure, A+, go for it. But not like questions related to material. And if you email me and I say like, and I think it's a question that I can't answer, I'll just tell you like, look, I don't think I can answer this during this week. If you wait, I'll answer you next week. Stuff like that. I think that's sort of just a fair way to handle all this. Okay. So guys, if there's no other questions, it's been about 22 minutes, just sort of a hi, how you doing, checking in sort of stream. As per usual, not today, but starting again next week, I will be in Hickman Hall 411 twice a week from 8 to noon every Tuesdays and Thursdays. If for whatever reason you need to come talk to me, you need to come see me, you need to say, you just want to poke your head in and say hi, that's where I am, okay? Twice a week. You know where to find me? I may go in tomorrow as well, because I wasn't in today. I don't imagine anyone wants to come in, but if you do, actually, tell you what. Because I'd rather go home on Friday. But if you need to talk to me, I will come in tomorrow. And I, don't feel bad about it. Like, this is my job. I will go in on Friday if I have to. And I live in Somerset, so it takes me 5 minutes to get to work. I will come in on Friday if you need me to come in on Friday because we couldn't meet today. Okay? So, don't feel bad about it. If you need to come talk to me, I'll be over there. Cool? Cool. Alright, guys. In that case, I will wrap it up. I will see you all when I see you all. Keep an eye out Monday morning, Sunday night for the final. Sorry. Why do I keep saying the final? For not the final, for Unit 1 paper. Those will be, I didn't mention this. When you click on the module for the assignment, right now it says blank. Starting on Monday, when you click it, it'll say, here is your so-and-so. Yeah? I will also attach a PDF version of the prompts to the announcement email saying, hey, Unit 1 paper is live. So you have access to it offline as well, in case, hey, I've lost internet. How am I going to work on this paper? Because I can't see the prompts. So you'll have access to that as well. Okay. Now I'm done for real. Bye, everyone.